I walked through that. There's parts of this trail that are just gone. Current conditions. I was able to collect some rainwater, which I then used to make oatmeal and tea this morning. It's very windy, but it's actually better than it was earlier. Got woken up by very loud, very close lightning and thunder. That was a little scary. I'm gonna stick with the original plan for now and hike to fresh grounds and then regroup and figure out a plan from there. Well, hello, you are hiking with Jenny. This is day 3 on the Foothills trail. It is a wet one today. I just left my campsite at, it was the fish hatchery campsite. Tried to pack up as quickly as I could while keeping everything that needed to stay dry. So I am getting a later start than I hoped because it was still raining pretty hard like an hour ago. Let up a little bit, but it's kind of been off and on. Right now I'm hiking toward mile 28.3, which is where Fresh Grounds is going to set up, so that's 6 miles away. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do after that, because I was thinking I at least want to go see Fresh Grounds because I said I would, and I don't want to just not show up and then not be able to get a hold of him because there's not really much service out here. But then obviously that puts me farther away from my car, and I've got 2 full days of hiking between today and tomorrow to do 34 miles, which would be 17 miles a day, which is a bit much even for this terrain, considering yesterday I think I did like 14, 15, something like that, which was okay. I just ran out of daylight. So I'm gonna see maybe if somebody at the Trail Magic would be willing to give me a ride back to the fish hatchery, which is where Fresh Grounds was yesterday. So that would cut down my mileage by about 8. And so it'd make the next 2 days more manageable. And then I was thinking I might get a hotel Monday night just to like dry everything out before flying home Tuesday morning. But we'll see how this plan works out once I get there. I can't imagine that many people would have stuck around after the weather that we had last night into this morning. Little update. I'm about 2 miles in for today, and it seems to have stopped raining. I just passed a parking area where someone was camped, and he looked very unhappy. Probably another person whose tent got flooded out. So, could be another person turning back today. Terrain's been much the same as it has been past couple days. It's been very gradual. Trail is looking a lot like this. Sometimes you're walking alongside a body of water, so that's been nice. Doing a fair bit of climbing today, but nothing too steep so far. here's the North Carolina-South Carolina state line. So we've been hiking through South Carolina up to this point now. We're in North Carolina. I don't know if it stays this way for the rest or if it's going to weave in and out, but that's pretty cool.
Hey, come here, dogs.
Hate it.
Hey!
Hey!
Is anybody behind you?
There was one man. I don't know if he's coming.
The Boy Scouts are behind you too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Come on. Unless you eat chicken and rice out of the can that I added butter and some pepper to you.
So, when I was at Fresh Grounds, I had a grilled cheese, chicken noodle soup, hot cocoa, Gatorade, the whole 9 yards. This is my first time having Fresh Grounds grilled cheese, and it did not disappoint. While I was there, I mentioned my little conundrum about having to make it 28 miles in 2 days, in addition to what I just hiked today. And someone offered to give me a ride back to the fish hatchery, which is at mile 20, which is where Fresh Grounds was set up yesterday. So it was near the end of my day yesterday. So I'm hiking back toward my car. I've got 20 miles to cover between today and tomorrow, which is a lot more doable. And the weather's supposed to clear up at some point, and it should be nice tonight. So, and then tomorrow will be the best weather day of all of them. So I really wanted to camp another night because, well, if I were to just like bail out completely and then get a hotel somewhere, then like what was I gonna do? I at least wanted to, hike some more, and so I think this is the best plan. Still no view today. Well, almost. I think this is the first time I've had a clear view, or mostly clear. The sun was out. I think it's trying to come back. It's supposed to come back. It's supposed to be done with all the rain at this point. We're back at the river. Look how fast that's moving. I think it's actually moving faster than it was yesterday. Probably because of all that rain we had. If this water got much higher, you could see how it would easily flood the trail. And it probably has very recently, because all this stuff got washed up. Over here the water is almost to the trail, and it looked like there was probably some flooding earlier today. Yep, this is the trail. Uh-oh. Oh dear. It's completely washed out over here. I guess I'm gonna take my shoes off for this. This seems kind of sketchy though. This water is really cold. That sucked. I walked through that. I kind of tried to stay toward the edge. So when I got close to the bank, I could kind of like climb on some rocks, but they weren't very firm. That was really cold. I'm just sit here and catch my breath and then I'll put my shoes back on. I remember seeing that section on the hike in and thinking, wow, that's really close to the river. I wonder what happens when the river gets higher. And that's what happens. And I don't see the trail. I guess it's up here. Oh. Wow. I just think there's parts of this trail that are just gone. This is crazy. I just came up to this little campsite, but the trees are a little too far apart for me. But otherwise this would have been nice, but also still like 14 miles to the state park entrance, and I wanted to get a little bit farther because I guess I've only done like 12 or 13 today, and I'd like to get a little bit more done. It's only 4:15, so I've got enough time to go a little farther anyway, maybe another mile or so. So it looks like that there aren't any campsites for 2 miles, so I guess that's where I'm going to go, which means I'll be hiking past 5 o'clock again today, but that's okay. At least it won't be raining. I haven't found any viable hammock spots so far, so I might need to keep going, unless there's something over here. Actually, I mean, it's pretty loud over here, but I could make this work. Ooh, the water's right there. I decided to continue on. It's a little too loud there for me with the rapids. I can't make this work. Alright, I'm just gonna keep pushing on until I find something that looks good. Alright, this is the Crack in the Bend campsite. Yeah, I guess I could make this work. Seems fine. Alright. Got my own beach. I actually made dinner tonight for the first time this trip. I made the good to go pasta marinara, and I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese that I brought. Let's set up my hammock. on the beach here and set up my tarp because I'm trying to dry it out, but didn't really have much daylight left to show everything. I think I'm gonna get to sleep early tonight and then get an early start tomorrow, and only have 11 miles left to do before I can get back to my car. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to a nice day tomorrow to finish the trail. Thank you for watching. Happy trails.